In this video we'll have a look at how to display and print formulas. So there's a spreadsheet that I've attached here as on the learning management system, so you can click on it and open this up, or you can type it in yourself. So what we've got here is a pretty typical little spreadsheet here with 3 different sales for January, February, March, and we want to start adding these up. So we've learned that if we type in equals sum bracket and we highlight the range that we want, we can create a sum. Another way we can also do this is in the upper right hand corner there's this sum symbol, and if we just make sure that our active cell is where we want the answer to sum up and we click the auto sum, it will calculate for us automatically, and press enter. We can do the same thing for March. Click on auto sum, press enter, and we can also go and do the total sales for the quarter. So if I want the total sales for sales 1, again I can click on the auto sum, it'll add that up. Again, click on auto sum and add up, and auto sum and add up, and then finally auto sum and add up. Now it may look like everything went fairly smooth, but in fact what happened was one of the formulas was not consistent, and what Excel does is it automatically puts up this little green corner tab to indicate that the formula is not consistent with the rest of them. And to see this, what we can do is we can just either click on the formula or double click on the cell, and that'll bring it up. And when I double click on this one right here, you'll see that it's summing up not the sales for January, February, March, but it's actually summing up the total for sales and 1 and 2. And the reason it does that is that auto sum automatically assumes to sum up a column of numbers vertically rather than horizontally. So if there's numbers above it, it will take that as the precedent, and then it'll go to the side. So when we were up here, for example, in E4, and we did auto sum, there was nothing above it. So the only data that it had was a vertical, or the horizontal data here, and it would add this up. And when I was at this E5 and I clicked auto sum, there's not a column of numbers, just one number. So Excel didn't grab this and try to sum this up. It still went and grabbed those numbers right there. But when I went down to sales 3 and I clicked on auto sum, it assumes that because there's numbers above it, it's trying to total this up. So my point here is that when you see one of those green ticks, usually the formula is inconsistent or could be incorrect. So what you may want to do is investigate a little further. So to display a formula, you can simply click it once and look up here in the formula bar, or you can double click it. It'll show up in the active cell and actually show you the audit feature here. And so those are the two main ways of looking at or displaying. Now before I explain that you can also toggle between the data view and the formula view by holding the control key down and pressing the tilde key. And by doing that, this may not be obvious when you look at it. It goes B4, B5, E4, B7. You can see there's a little inconsistency here. So that's one way of looking at formulas and trying to find out what was the problem. So control tilde to turn the formula view off. So what I think I would do in this case is it comes up with a little exclamation mark and a little pull down. If you click on that, you can say that it was inconsistent formula. So what I could do is just copy the formula from above, which would hopefully correct the problem. So let's try that. And it took the little green tick away, and also if I double click now, you can see here it automatically corrected that problem. So those are some tips on how to display and print some of your formulas. So it's control tilde to toggle back and forth, or you can double click to look at the formula with inside the cell, or you can click on it once and look at it in the formula bar at the top. Alright, we'll see you in the next video.